It's me, Renee. I'm back. So today is my September TBR. Though yeah, I know this. I'm filming this. I'm putting it up on the same day, and it's the second. Sorry, yeah, it's the 2nd of February. It's February. Sorry, September. So it's already late, but it's just 2 days. And yesterday I wasn't really up for filming, and before that I didn't really film this because I don't really have an excuse or reason. I suppose, well, slightly because I was busy with other stuff, and yeah. But yeah, here it is. And like having your TBR in the first week of the month isn't too bad, really. I wouldn't say, at least. So yeah, September. If you've been here for a while, though I suppose you might be one of the new subscribers. Hi, if you are. If you've been here for a while, you know that I'm often pretty overambitious with my TBRs. I often think that I can get to many more books than I can, though sometimes I get to a lot of books. I also, my TBR often are tentatives, like often I think like, okay, I want to read this, this, and this, and then I end up reading that, that, and that instead. But that's what happens sometimes. I'm not going to be ashamed for that. And also, I have a what's going on with my teeth? I don't know. And also, I have a love for readathons. Some might say addiction. Yeah, okay, I probably am addicted. Yeah, because I've done a lot of them. Like even in months when I'm saying like I'm gonna do a break, and then I see some booktuber doing a video on some readathon that's coming up next week. I feel like, okay, I have to do that one. So yeah, I'm addicted. That's probably correct. Yeah. So September, I plan to do. No, give me a moment here. I'm missing one here. I actually plan to do 5 readathons. So yeah, though 2 of them last during the whole month, and what I'm actually gonna plan to do this time, quite smart and something I haven't done before, but it's kind of obvious. I'm gonna double up on prompts and readathons. So like a book I'm gonna read for one readathon would also work for another readathon. So yeah, that way it really works. And so as I said, this TBR is for my whole month, like in general. So I'm gonna talk about the two readathons that are during the whole month, and then I'm gonna do its own TBR for the 3 that are like just parts of a month. And also, in case you want to know, probably do. I'm assuming you do. The readathons I'm gonna do is the Femme Fantail, that's hosted by Jean Booker-Swartz, a link in doobly-doo, which is a readathon that's focusing on reading fantasy and science fiction by female authors, because she's saying how like often you think of male authors when you think fantasy and sci-fi. Though I think like lately, these last few years, I'm thinking there's a lot of like big known authors that are female. So like for me to like think of like when I'm thinking of a reading list for fantasy, a lot of them are females really. So like it's not really difficult for me to read that. So I suppose some of the prompts like, oh, that's challenging. So yeah, and still it's fun to do feminist readathon in a way. I mean, it is feminist in a way. So yeah. So yeah, that's the last 8 days of the September. Then the Monsterton, that's the whole September. That's hosted by a lot of people, a lot of them. So like the Monsterton is kind of like I would say kind of very actually in a way like creative, because there's a lot of prompts as there are. But then there's like groups, so there's like one group that have one prompt, and one group has one prompt, and one group has one prompt. And then you get points by like reading certain pages, like a big amount of pages. You get points by reading a lot of books. You get points by doing your TBR, by posting a tag related to this one. So yeah, it's a lot of ways to get points. Though I suppose again, if you pay attention, though you might be new. I'm a bit so let's say shallow, not that really. I'm a bit lazy, and I like readathons, but I'm not really a competitive person. So what I'm gonna do with the Monsterthon, I'm gonna look at the prompts, and I'm gonna just read all the books that fits with those prompts that I want to read. But like signing up for like becoming a part of this and this team, even though like signing up isn't probably that much of a hassle really, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna read. So I'm just gonna do the basic level of it. But like, yeah, that's what I plan to do anyway. And yeah, and so I plan to like read books from most of the groups, not just one group. And yeah, of course I'll link information on that on Dubu as well. And then the next readathon is also a month long one, which is the Bad Bitch readathon. It's hosted by Nex, I'm pretty sure. I'll link it anyway in Dubu. And that one is like focusing, I suppose in a way it's also feminist because like focusing on female characters. And the focus on that one, okay, I'm just gonna go quickly for them all, and then I'm going to and then I'm going to do details. Do I plan my videos? No, not much. Do I care? No. But yeah, it's fun shenanigans, isn't it? I say it is. But yeah, so yeah, that one runs through all of December. And then and then there's a bus readathon, which I apparently that's a thing. I haven't heard of it before, but like there's lots of readathons in booktube, so also like in the blogosphere and stuff. So knowing about all of them would be kind of difficult or unlikely, though. What do I know? But yeah, bus readathon is a readathon that Lala from Books and no Kaylee, suddenly forgetting what her name is, but yeah, from Books and Lala, the Books and Lala channel has been doing for a long time. She's being a bit tired now, so this is actually her last one that she's hosting, but it's going to continue next year, though it's not like it's going to change hosts. So that's fun. And so the idea for that one is that you have a word and you read titles with books with that in the title. And this time the word is night, so it could be a title that has midnight, but it could also like be night off or the night off or something like that. So it doesn't have to be exact the word. It could be midnight and summer night and different. Like it could include the word night, but like as long as the word night is somewhere in the title, it doesn't have to be simply night. So yeah, I'm gonna do that one as well. And then lastly, the one I kind of forgot, but yeah, I am gonna do is Waterton, which is hosted by, again, I'm forgetting people's names, but yeah, of course, as always, I'll link all people in Dubudu. And yeah, and I always forgot about the date for that one. When is the date for Waterton? That's also the last week of September. So Bus Marathon and Waterton is both the last week of September, which is also Femplan Sale. So I suppose the only one that's at the beginning of September is the 2 month-long readathons, but the rest are like the end of September. So the end of September, that's gonna be a fun busy time. But yeah, it's like I'm gonna combine stuff, so it's not really gonna be that much of a problem, I think. Not really. So yeah, that's kind of the district, like in general. Now I kind of want to go in depth to the Monsterathon because that's one of the readathons that's during the whole month. So I'm talking a bit more about that one and also give you my TBR. And then I'm going to give you my TBR for the Badass Bitches, Bad Bitches readathon. And then I'm going to talk about some books that are kind of like in the middle there that I'm not quite sure how they fit, but I'm going to try to read them. So yeah, sorry. Monsterathon, the first prompt is underhyped books, which, yeah, this was kind of a bit difficult for me really because all I read is unhyped, or not read, but like I read a lot of books that aren't best-selling or aren't out there. Like for me, reading a book is not about reading the most hyped popular book. It's about finding the book that's most interests me, and sometimes it's books that goes on the radar, and sometimes it's books that are maybe low on the bestsellers, but still bestsellers. And yeah, so with this one, I'm thinking that I probably will go with either. And I think I'm gonna go with either Not Your Backup by C.B. Lee. It's the third book in the Not Your series by C.B. Lee. It's a dystopian, actually one of the only dystopians I really like. Though I suppose dystopian, I think you can call this book. I mean, it's set in the future and it's a different world than ours. I would say it's like dystopian in a way. It's like dystopian. It's not hard dystopian, it's soft dystopian. Is that a concept? I'm making it one. But yeah, and so this one is the third book in the series. Every book has a different narrator. This is a group of people, and the character in this one, protagonist in this one, is asexual. So it's gonna be fun to read with an asexual narrator. And yeah, it's superheroes. Like this series is based around superheroes, teen superheroes. So that's really cool. So I suppose in a way, maybe X-Men-ish. You can say that. Yeah. So this one I plan to read like either way because it fits my other prompts. But like I might go for this one prompt, or I might go for another prompt. I might go for several. Who knows? Or I might also do Ink, Iron and Glass by Gwendolyn Clear. It's a book that came out in 2018, 19, I think we get 19. Yeah, 19. So it's a book. It's high fantasy, but it says in the back that it's based of 15th century Italy. So that sounds very cool. It's as I said, high fantasy, and it's based around like kind of like Inkless idea where like if you draw something, it comes to life. That concept, it's so cool. I saw it on like Goodreads places and stuff like when it came out, but then I haven't really seen anyone I think talk about it. So I'm gonna say this is one. This is underhyped, even though like it's not like from a low. It's not like from a weird publisher or anything like that. Well, the publisher is Fierce Reads, which is like a known publisher, so it's not a independent publisher. I suppose there's so many books coming out from all the publishers that are big that all of the books to be well known, it's kind of difficult. But yeah, I want to read this one. So yeah, just kind of want to check out. No, it's no funny, but okay. Let's move on. And yeah, there's also other stuff I could read, but yeah, I'm gonna do also that a bit later because I have lots of prompts and lots of ways to talk about. And yeah, based on a myth. Here I'm gonna do again. I'm not really controlling what I'm doing. I can just fetch stuff. I'm going to do A Crown for Witches by Rosanna Chokshi. This is based on the Hades and Persephone. Yeah, Persephone tale by the Greek myth, but it's sorry, it's twisted. So this one uses that tale, but it's set in India and like Indian inspired, and they use Indian mythology in it. And I think it's high fantasy. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so this one sounds very good. I've read Shannon Chokshi's middle grade series, and I read her other series that came out, like the high series, well, the first book in the high series, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, I mean, having my eye on this one for quite a while, and now I can't think like this is time to get to it. And then my next question is, next prompt is LGBTQIA plus rep, which I'm thinking I'm actually gonna use Of Fire and Stars by Audrey something. It's a high fantasy lesbian story. Some people love it, some people think it's fine, but I can't want to get to it. I have an audiobook, so yeah, that's an audiobook I'm gonna listen to. So of course it's on my app, so I don't have it, but I'm gonna link it in Doodle. I'll link all these books in Doodle, don't worry. And then next question is a beautiful looking cover. I suppose also this can also be a lot of the ones, but I'm gonna go with also Not Your Backup because I love purple. And yeah, I really like this cover. So yeah, as well. Then the next prompt is in black or indigenous author you've been sleeping on or not read. Here I'm not gonna say sleeping on, but because it's a debut author. But it's a book I haven't read yet, so it's came out like very quickly, it came out very not long ago. But yeah, I'm gonna do Raber by Jordan Ifueko. I've heard only praise about it, only praise, and I already heard, of course, I heard about it already in the spring because of the Social Book Nest Fest, and I thought like that sounds like a good book, and I have an audiobook, so yeah, I'm gonna listen to that one as well, and that one will show up on other TBRs for this month, so you know, but yeah, and then the next prompt is actually let a friend choose a book. So I suppose for this one I could talk to them in real life. So I suppose I used to have people who talk to books in real life. Now I don't have so much. Like I have one friend, but she doesn't read that much, and she doesn't read as much as me. And yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do here, because you lovely people who watch me, I'll consider you friends. I know some of you I kind of slightly consider friends now. So I'm gonna show you some books. And then you can comment down below which of them I should read. Though you can also do like you can do A. You can comment on one of the books that or on my TBR, say like you should read this one, because double upping on stuff, it's not bad really. I mean, the month is only so long. It's just 5 weeks, or 4 weeks, so it's not gonna be all the time in the world. But yeah, or you can or you can comment one of the books I'm going to show you now. Though, if you're very, very interested, you could go, because I actually have a video that's slightly old now, but I have a video I made in July, I think, of all the unread books I have, like physical books. I'll link in below. You can go there and comment there and say like which ones I should read. You can also do that. So that's up to you. It's all in your hands. And yeah, let's show you the books. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you some of the books I already showed you. So this one here, Not Your Backup, See Believe. Brown on Wishes by Roshana Chokshi. I'm gonna be fast because there's a lot of stuff to talk about in this video, and these you already seen. Ink, Iron, and Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. Legacies, a Grail novel by Mercedes Lackey and Rosemary Edgehill. This one was actually a fun buy from a used bookstore, and it's the first in the series. It's urban fantasy, which I love. I haven't really seen that much urban fantasy lately, and I miss that really. So yeah, there's urban fantasy, YA fantasy, and yeah, I don't really know that much about it. Kind of fun to go into a book not knowing that much about it really, I think sometimes. And let me see. It does have like a page of praise, so that's good. And yeah, gonna move on. And then we have This Marked Girl by Lindsay Klingeler. It's the first book in the series. This is, you might have seen this before because it's the book that came out a few years ago, and Christine from Poland Banana Books did a book trailer for this book. So yeah, that one. And also lovely cover, so they can also work for beautiful cover, really. Not Your Average Fairy Tale, which is by Chantal Sedgwick. It's a fairy tale retelling with a male protagonist. That's quite fun. We have Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. Sisterhood is survival. So this one is set around mermaids and pirates, and it's high fantasy. Well, I suppose often they are with mermaids. Well, I suppose you can have mermaids urban fantasy, but yeah. So yeah, sounds very cool. Also beautiful cover. Then we have The Blossom and the Fly by Sherry L. Smith. It's a historical fantasy set in Japan, and it's by a POC author. And yeah, it's historical fiction set in Japan. Pretty sure it's Japan, 1945, and it sounds fun. I think maybe it's also LGBTQIA plus. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. Most Likely by Sarah Watson. I'm not quite sure if it's a series or if it's standalone, but yeah. So it's a contemporary, it came out this year. And Sarah Watson is actually a creator of the Bull type. And yeah, this one sounds so cool. It's a group of 4 friends. That's might not see, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like they all have the same type of head, like of head, hair color, so goes in with each other really. And yeah, let's move on. Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Byron. It's a new book that a lot of people talk about. People talk about it. I think people have talked about this one, haven't they? But yeah, it's a retelling of Cinderella with a black protagonist. I think it has dystopian vibes, which is not my thing, but I love. I think really like fairy tales. So yeah, I want to obviously why else would I buy it? So I want to read it. Feminist Agenda of Gemma Kincaid by Kate Hatmer. Skyward by Sanderson, Garbett, Fabella, and Bowland. Comic book, you see? So it's fun to read those as well sometimes. Space Opera by Catherine M. Valente. I've heard mixed things about this one, but some people say they love it, so curious. The Cooper Promise by Jen Williams. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like slightly have like vibes of that series. Oh, you know that Just Whedon series from long ago. Well, long ago. Firefly. I think this is supposed to have Firefly elements. So I might mix it up with all of the other, but yeah, I think this one might have that. Anyway, it's high fantasy. It's diverse, you know, and yeah, and yeah. I'm not gonna go through all my unread books. It's just some of them, like the ones that kind of like, please choose this one. No, yeah, you could also do others. As I said, I have a video of unread books. I suppose also you could like just comment a book you think I like, because I have an audiobook app, so I could, which has a lot of books, so I could find that book there, or I can go to the library. The library's like, oh yeah, no way, no problem. So yeah, I mean, you can go crazy, like not just choose these ones if that's what you feel like choosing or doing. And yeah, next prompt, mystery book. With this one, I'm going with Either The House at Baker Street by Michelle Bakery Berkby. So this is a historical mystery, historical fiction mystery, where the protagonist is not Sherlock Holmes, it's Mary Watson and Mrs. Hudson. So that's quite fun. So it's set in the Sherlock Holmes world, but it uses those characters, but the protagonist is Mrs. Hudson and Mary Watson, the girls or females of that world. That sounds so cool. And yeah, so I think I might do this one as well. Or I might do Death Set Sail by Robin Stevens. Last book in the series. It's sad. So like, should I procrastinate with this one or should I read it and enjoy it now? Don't know, but like this would work. It's historical, it's mystery. So yeah, it will work. And yeah, so that's kind of the two I have for mystery. That's pretty cool. I suppose I have other mysteries. I had some other mysteries up there that I haven't read, but again, like showing you them all. And like I said, my TBRs are always pensive, so like I might end up choosing one of the others, but you'll see what I end up doing when I do a wrap up. It's easy, really. And then next question is a comfort read. Here I'm going to go with Heartless, because I've been slowly doing a reread of the Personal Protected series. I started Soulless back in January, maybe it was February, one of those. And then I read the second one and third one, and I haven't really read the fourth one in a while. Well, I haven't like gotten to it yet. But yeah, this series is definitely a comfort series for me. So yeah, decided to go with this one. And also it fits with the monster fun because it's supernatural. So yeah. Steampunk supernatural. You get my point. There. Let's move on to the next. Then the next prompt is something involving aliens or mutants. With this one, I'm gonna go with Library book. I have some of those that I kind of have to get to. This one is Will Save the Galaxy for Food by Yasri Krosha. So this is an adult science fiction comedy. It looks fun. Like it's very fun title. At least I think. I kind of just like found it on the library. So I picked it up on a whim really, and it looks fun. It's not long, and yeah, it's a new to me offer as well. And yeah, so I probably will try to get this one. And then next is a book that was published 5 years or more years ago. With this one, I'm going with. Yeah, I thought I had planned my books on all that I have already. I hadn't. Oops. But yeah, I'm going with Team Human. It's a book from like 2012. So yeah, quite some time ago now. It's by Justin Labalessiere and Sarah Rees Brennan. It's a vampire YA parody. It's a reread for me, and I loved it first time I read it. So I'm curious how I'm gonna feel about it now, if it's outdated or if I still like it. And yeah, meaning to do a reread of this one. So yeah, I'm gonna do this one. And then a retelling, which I'm gonna do is Cinderella is Dead. So this one I'm gonna read whether you recommend it to me or not. So yeah, I'm going this one for retelling. And then yeah, and the last one, disability or death rep. So this one I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, I've done more research. I'm gonna do an audiobook. The Can't for life of me recommend remember the name of the audiobook at the moment. It's something Lord Ashley's Demise. Lord Ashley's. It's written by Ashley Jennifer, I know. And it has, I don't know, it's historical and it has autism written up in it. But I can't for life remember the name of it. Kind of annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna link it in the doobly. Yeah, I suppose I could stop and check it out at the moment, but I'll just link it. Okay, I'll just link it. So yeah, that's what I plan to do for that. And then you have the Bad Bitches readathon. The prompt number 1 of that one is overall bad bitch, which okay, side talk. I don't really understand why this is called like the bad bitch readathon, because she's like to be because a lot of these prompts are like stuff that's, well, I suppose maybe bitches, because sometimes females get called bitches when they're just being ourselves, but like, why bad bitches? I mean, all these prompts seem like to be good prompts or good elements, aspects of a person's character. So like, why bad bitches? So I could just be living on the rock and not understanding all this subtlety and stuff. But I mean, it has to be called something, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the first prompt is overall bad bitch, someone that protects peacefully and uplifts people. So that's not bad at all. And how is that a bitch? Somehow that is. I don't know. With this one, I'm going with. I'm a bit lazy now, but I'm going with again. I'm doubling up and doing Not Your Backup by C.B. Lee. Then you have Cold Ass Bitch comes around as nice after a while. With this one though, it's not perfect really, but it's slightly. Death Set Sail, one of the protagonists, she's kind of prickly sometimes, but she's like in the beginning she might be prickly when you meet her, but after a while she really likes you and like shows her softer side. So I'm gonna do that one though. Like, I mean, this is the last one in the series, so you already, like, as a reader, you already know that both the characters, protagonists, are full of heart and full of love and stuff. But I suppose, like, even in the last few books, one of the characters, yeah, again, I can't remember what the name of the character is, but yeah, that character that's prickly. She's, every time she meets someone new, she's like, she's hard to impress, but if you impress her, she like lets you in. So that works with like new people she meets, and yeah. And then the next question is silly bitch, a bitch that does not do the right thing straight away, but that finds solutions. I think sometimes like it's a bit difficult really to find find books for prompts if you're not doing a reread, because sometimes you can't really know if the book fits. I suppose you can just look at summary, but sometimes summary is wrong. And you can also look at, I suppose, you can look at reviews, but sometimes the review gives the wrong idea, or like the wrong review don't talk about this and this stuff and stuff. But I'm gonna go with, give me a little moment. The Feminist Agenda of Gemma Kincaid. So with this one, often feminism, at least seems like in the US, it's kind of like a swear word, so like a bad word. I don't understand, because feminism is like so good, and I don't understand people are not feminists, everyone in the whole world, but people are just, I don't know, they seem to be thinking that feminist is just like still a man-hating person, which is not true. Yeah, that's annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this one because I'm thinking it might work for this one. Like she might do some mistakes and then do it right in the end. Though again, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Then we have yeah, first a bitch. So a bitch that owns her sexuality, who loves sex, who loves to be loved, and all that stuff. And with this one, I'm gonna go with. Yeah, Diaholic by Caroline Mackler. This is also a reread, and it's not long. So yeah, I think it sounds nice to have a good TBR. Like some books are long, and some books are finished. Like sometimes you can just pick up a short book if you're kind of in the mood for that. Well, this one looks good for that, really. And yeah, it's actually under 200 pages. So yeah, quite short. And yeah, this one I read like many years ago. But yeah, it's about a teen who loves to flirt and loves to have sex. Yeah, to have sex. She has had sex, and yeah. And so yeah, that is the like official TBR for my 2-month-long prompts. And then I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go over some library books. As I said, I have some library books I want to get to. I'm not quite sure if they fit prompts or not. Like, it's library books. I kind of want to get to them now this month, because, or else, you know, I'm gonna have to give them back unread, and that's not smart, really. I mean, I did borrow them for a reason, so yeah. So we have The Secret of Abdul el-Yazdi by Mark Hodder. So this is the third book. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the third book. No, it's actually maybe the fourth book. I'm not quite sure. Like, okay, it's anyway in the series of Burton and Swinburne. So it's a steampunk series. Some aspects of the first book is quite controversial, though I still like of course, I didn't like that controversial aspect of it. But all in all, I really liked the book except for that. So I read the first book, second book, and I haven't really found any other books in the series yet. So this one I'm excited to get to. And mostly the books aren't really that, like, they're standalone, they're same characters but like new mystery and stuff. So it's mystery but like steampunk mysteries. So yeah, and it's adult. So yeah, excited to get this one. So this also kind of works for one of the prompts because it's mystery. So yeah. And then we have Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, which is a gay Greece retelling. So that sounds very cool and fun. And then we have You Must Be Layla by Jasmine Abdel-Majid. It's a middle grade contemporary book with a Muslim protagonist. It sounds fun. I didn't really know about it before I went to the library, and it looked fun. And it's pretty short. It's just 250 pages. So yeah. And then you have, as I said, We'll Save the Galaxy for Food by Yatsi Kroshnov. And then you have The Fountains of Silence by readathons. This is historical fiction YA. It's set in Spain in the 1930s, so during the Civil War in Spain at that time. It's historical. And yeah, readathons. She's very known for writing historical YA. I haven't really read anything about it yet, but I really like historical books. I've been reading much more of it the last months and the last few years. This year, last year. So yeah. I'm really intrigued to get to this one. I'm just gonna show you this one. Okay, so just a little info now. So rest of these books, they aren't library books, but they seem like books that kind of I'm either reading them or I want to read them soon. Like I just started them and I haven't finished them and I want to read them more of them and stuff. So yeah, I'm in the middle, more or less middle of Stamped from the beginning by Iram X. Kenny and Jason Reynolds. Yeah, it's the YA version. I tried first to listen to the audio on the original version of by Iram X. Kenny, the adult version. I liked it, but I felt like it was a bit difficult to get through. So I ordered this one, that's the YA version. And this one I'm flying through. I'm almost halfway through, and you might think like flying through. Why aren't you finished? Well, I've been having a period this week, so I'm a bit like. But yeah, I'm still reading this now and then, and really enjoying it. Very much enjoying it. And yeah, you can still absolutely enjoy it, even though you're over 18 and 19. And yeah, for me, I also like as a Norwegian, this one is also like a great way into American politics, politics and American history. So like a lot of times they say like, oh yeah, you've probably heard of this character from your history class. Well, he wasn't like you were told, and like I didn't learn about him. So yeah, for me it's just all new, so that's quite fun. And like of course some of things I didn't already knew about, but like they expand and they go in depth, a bit in depth in a way. I really like that. And yeah, very good book. And then we also have Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. I plan to read it this summer. Yeah, didn't happen. Still want to read it like this year or like soon-ish, so I might like read it this month. So hey, if you want to recommend me a book, you can recommend this. So it like works for that as well, please. But yeah, I suppose I could also like say like it's recommended by Daniel Green and like or Murphy Napier and like those are internet friends. They aren't, but like I really like watching their videos, so that way it's a friend recommended it. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. Then we have The Contender by Taran Mapari. It's the first in a series. It's high fantasy, but it's based around myths from our world. So like you have the Tower of Babylon, and you have like mythical creatures like dragons and stuff. And yeah, so that sounds very fun. And then you have Witchmark by C.L. Polk. I actually started slightly. I liked it so far, but I haven't really been very much in the mood for it really. But yeah, still really I like it, but I haven't very much been in the mood for it. So I think I might pick it up because if I end up being in the mood for it. And it's still very long really, and the chapters are pretty short, and I really like the I really like this world, and yeah, very beautiful cover. So yeah. Then we have The Sort of Self-Regard by Toni Morrison. This was actually the group read of the Fuckathon that happened in July. I didn't get to it in July, and I bought this in in August. I've started slightly, but not very much really. I like it, but also in the same time, it's like now I have so many books on my radar, some of the books I want to read. So some of the books I end up like reading one sentence here and there, and then focus on some other books. And yeah, some books are shorter and harder to like prioritize and stuff. So this book, it's a mix of essays, speeches, and meditations. Yeah, okay, yeah. So a lot of the text in these books are quite short. So and I also plan to focus on this one. So hopefully this will be on my September wrap up, though who knows. But I want to like finish this one, or at least read quite a lot in this month. So yeah. So yeah, that's all the books that I plan to read in September, all the books that I have started. I want to read more in September. As I said, I'll link all the prudent stuff in the doobly-doo. And if you are interested in reading on any of the readathons, let me know. Fun to know if any of you want to do them as well. If you have thoughts on the new books, let me know. If you just want to say hi, you can do that. And yeah, see you later. Bye bye.